Namaste and welcome here on the mat and on my YouTube channel. My name is Sara Lyn and I'm super happy to share this short and sweet little power yoga practice with you. So we're gonna work through all the muscle parts more or less, and as you may know already from my classes, we are always targeting the deep core muscles as well. And this is where we're actually gonna start with right now. So let's start on our fourths. Placing the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips, keeping the feet in the back flat for now, spreading out through all 10 fingers. Let's start with some cat and cow movements just to warm up the spine. Inhale to lift your chest, lift the gaze, bring your shoulders away from the ears. And as you exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll into that beautiful cat stretch. Let's do that a couple of more times. Inhale, lifting the chest, pulling the navel in and up already. So begin to engage your core here already. As you exhale, pull your pelvic floor muscles in and up as well. Okay, let's do that one more time. Big inhale, lift your chest, shoulders away from the ears. And as you exhale, pubic bone to navel, navel towards the spine. Keep that pelvic floor engaged. Okay, and then keeping this in mind, find your way back into a neutral position of your pelvis. So keeping that lower back as flat as you can. And then gaze towards the top of your mat. Stretch out through the right arm and the left leg. Keep your shoulders parallel as well as your hips, and then lift arm and leg up. Keep pushing into that back heel as you begin to lengthen through the whole spine. So imagine your arm and your leg in the back are the extension of your spine, okay? Give me another big inhale here. Suck your navel in and up once again. Good. As you exhale, engage your pelvic floor. And then slowly bring that right hand back down and circle that left leg all the way to the side. Keeping that foot parallel to the long edge of your mat. And as you keep pushing into your right hand, I need you to lift the left arm towards the ceiling. Big inhale here. As you exhale, bring that arm through the right armpit. Give me a little pulse here. Again, big inhale to open up wide. And as you exhale, sweep that arm through, almost touching the mat. One more time. Big inhale as you open. And exhale to thread your right arm through. Your left arm, excuse me. Lift that left arm to the top once again. Shoulders stacked on top of each other. And now we're gonna circle that long leg all the way to the back. Keeping those toes at the end pointed so that you can give me the most beautiful stretch here along the whole side body. Stay stable in your core, so bring your ribs more in and then try to lengthen even a bit more towards your fingertips, your toes. Big inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to look down. Circle that left arm with you. And then let's do that a couple of times. Inhale to open up as wide as you can. Exhale to gaze down. Full range of movement here. Big inhale to open. And exhale, looking back down. One more time. Inhale, open. Beautiful stretch. Next time we're going to place that left hand back down. And then finding our way into that neutral position. But as we keep the core engaged, we want to lift the right arm and the left leg once again. So back into our original pose. Big inhale here. Now give me a crunch as you exhale. So knee and elbow comes together. Inhale to lengthen, push that heel away from you, find the stability in your pelvis, and exhale to crunch, just like in your cat stretch before. One more time like this, inhale to lengthen, and exhale to squeeze everything back in. Very nice. Now, inhale, lengthen once again, Exhale, hand and toes down. Sweep that left leg all the way to the top of your mat and place that front knee on top of your ankle, coming into a first lunge position. Let's push into those fingertips, lifting the back knee up. And as you feel that beautiful stretch along your right hip flexor, begin to engage your deep core once again so that you can posture up even higher into a high lunge. Inhale to open up your chest, pull your navel in and up once again. Very nice. Exhale, circle your arms down, push into those palms and step it into your first downward facing dog. Beautiful. Big inhale through the nose. Fully exhale out through the mouth. Shake off your head. Walk the dog for a moment. And then let's flow from here, okay? Rolling onto your tippy toes. Chin towards the chest. Again, pelvic floor stays engaged. Ripple yourself into a strong plank. Let's stay here for a moment. I know it's your favorite pose, so let's enjoy. Take another big inhale. And exhale, knee, chest, chin into the mat. Lean a bit more towards your fingers. Bend your elbows close to the ribs. Now, flatten the feet, lift your chest up. Cobra small, big inhale. Exhale, back down 2 more times. Inhale, in and out. 1 more time, inhale to widen that chest. Push into your hands, big cobra if you want. And then exhale, sit back into a child's pose. Relax for a moment. Feel the length along the sides of your spine. Relax that jaw, that forehead down. And then let's meet back up in a downward facing dog whenever you're ready. Stretch out through all 10 fingers as you know. And lift that sacrum up high. Inhale once again. Exhale out of your mouth. Good. So let's repeat on the other side. Bring your knees back down onto all fours. Stretch out through the right leg and the left arm. Find your balance here. Core stability as you pull your navel in and up, as well as your pelvic floor stays engaged. Big inhale here to lengthen. Feel the extension of your spine. And then exhale, hand and foot come back down. Circle that long leg all the way to the long edge of your mat. Push into your left hand, lift your right arm up high. Big inhale here to open. Exhale to bring that arm through. Give me a pulse. 2 more times. Inhale to open up your chest. Exhale to thread your arm through. 1 more time. Big inhale, open. And exhale. Very nice. Find your way back up to the top. And then keep your shoulders stacked on top of each other. You may want to adjust that left foot so that you can bring that right leg all the way through. Staying onto your tippies, keep your core engaged, lift that right arm to the top. Give me the biggest inhalation. Inhale to lengthen and to stretch the whole side body here. And then as you exhale, bring that gaze down, followed by the arm. Inhale, look up, circle that arm. Exhale, back down. 1 more time, big, big movement. Give it all you got. And breathe through it. Beautiful. Okay, next time we're gonna meet back down. So it's 1 movement. And we're gonna finish up with our crunches on this side. So kick that right heel away from you. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, squeeze elbow and knee together. Inhale to lengthen, gaze to the top of your mat. And exhale to round the spine. 1 more time. Inhale, stretch it all out. And exhale, bring it back in, squeeze the core. Good. Then stretch it all the way back out. Place the hand and the foot down and sweep that leg all the way to the top into a lunge. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, and stretch out through that left hip flexor. Once you got that, find your way back up into a high lunge position. So lift your arms up high, big inhale here. Open up that chest, leg stays nice and strong, and then circle those arms back. Exhale, step it into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take another big inhale here, stretch out through the whole spine. As you exhale onto your tippies, core stays engaged, roll and ripple yourself back into plank. Lean towards your fingers, chaturanga down. Lift your chest, big cobra, or if you can, keep your core activated, upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale back into that downward facing dog. Shake off that hat. All right. So let's continue from here. Lifting the right leg to the top, coming into a three-legged dog. You are very welcome to open up that hip, coming onto the ball of that lower foot, okay? So that you can open up even more on top. Big inhale here. And as you exhale, bring that knee all the way to the chest and step that foot in between your hands once again. There you go. So push that left hand into the ground, lift your right arm to the top and twist that lunge. Big inhale. Open up that chest. And now, just like before, circle that upper arm all the way to the back, but I want you to come up at the same time, high lunge. Okay, inhale, exhale, open up to the left into warrior two. Keep that hip open, take another big inhale. And as you exhale, bring that right forearm on top of the thighs, circle that left arm towards the crown of your head. Lengthen the whole side body once again, big inhale. Now let's come up, exhale, wrap that left hand around the right hip and lean back into reverse warrior. Stay strong in your front leg, big inhale. Exhale, find your way up and interlace your fingers. Good. So let's stretch out through the front leg, parallel the feet, and come into a wide-legged forward fold. So to set this up correctly, I really need you to push into the outer edges of your feet. So you may even want to lift your toes for a moment and then bring them back down toe after toe. Engaging your thighs, lifting the kneecaps, lifting the chest. As you stretch your arms, look up, big inhale. And with a long spine, dive down, exhale. Dip down through your crown chakra, the crown of your head. Wants to connect with the mat underneath. Another big inhale here. And then exhale to bring your hands back down. Beautiful. Let's walk those fingertips all the way to the front. And then once again, lift your toes if you can. Shift that weight a bit more into your heels. Give me another big inhale. And as you exhale, bring your toes down. Bend that front leg and walk your arms at the same time all the way back to the top of your mat. Very nice. Okay, we're here. Once again, push into your hands and then step it back into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale once again. Lift that right leg up to the top. And now exhale, bring that knee towards the center of your mat. We're not finished yet on this side, okay? So right knee goes down. We're going to place the right hand underneath the shoulder. And we're going to open up once again, coming into a Vashisthasana side plank. So lift your left arm to the top, ground down into that back foot. And then step that right foot behind, squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up higher, gaze up, big inhale. And as you exhale, circle that arm all the way down once again, and we're going to meet back up in a downward facing dog. There you go. Inhale here. Find your way back into that stretch. And then let's flow once again. Exhale, ripple yourself back to plank. Knee, chest, chin, or chaturanga. I suggest lift your heart. Inhale, cobra or up dog. As you exhale back into downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Shake off everything that doesn't serve you anymore, okay? No stress on the yoga mat. Okay, let's lift up the left leg this time, pointing the toes up there, coming onto the balls of the right foot down there to open up the left hip even more. Inhale. Exhale. Bring that knee close towards your chest. Step that foot in between your hands. Lunge. Push into your right hand. Lift the left arm to the top. Twisted lunge. Let's stay here. One big, beautiful breath. Inhale. Exhale, circle that arm down, gaze to the top, find your way into high lunge. Beautiful. Inhale to open. Exhale into warrior two, gaze to the top. Inhale. Exhale. Now the left arm goes down onto that left thigh. We're going to circle that right arm all the way towards the crown of the head. Open up the right body side. Do not collapse here. Big inhale. Exhale. Find your way up and then all the way into reverse. Wrap that right arm around your left hip. Open up the left side. Big inhale. Beautiful. Exhale. Find your way back to the top. Interlace your fingers behind and square your feet. Inhale to open up that chest. And as you exhale with the long spine, dive down, coming into that forward fold once again. Here we go again. Shake off that neck. Big inhale. Exhale, hands down. Very nice. Okay, walk your fingertips all the way to the front. Maybe even shift in a bit more into your heels once again, and then we're going to bend the left leg as we walk our hands to the top of the mat once again. Push into your palms. Find your way back into downward facing dog. Okay, once you arrived here safely, let's lift the left leg to the top. Once again, inhale to open. Exhale, knee towards the center of your mat. Place the left hand down. Just straight underneath that shoulder, open up through the right side once again. And now as you keep pushing into that back foot, step that left foot behind, squeeze your glutes, your inner thighs, squeeze everything, look up if you can. Vashisthasana, side plank. Give me another beautiful big inhale here. Good. As you exhale, find your way back into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Shake off that head. All right, here we go again. Let's flow one more time. Roll it to the top into plank. Inhale. Exhale. Lean towards your fingers. Bend your arms. Chaturanga. Inhale to open up that front body. Exhale into down dog. Big inhale to stretch. Big exhale to release the crown of the head down. Okay, last little round here. I'm sweating so much. I hope you do a bit, even though you may not be in Thailand at the moment with 40 degrees outside. So let's lift the right leg up, okay? Point the toes up there. Big inhale to open. Now, exhale, you know the drill. Step that foot in between your hands. Lift your right arm to the top. Inhale. Exhale, keep up the pace. Circle that arm back. Find your way into high lunge. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, warrior two. Now we're going to directly shift it back into a reverse. Inhale. Exhale, interlace your fingers. This time we're going to find our way into humbled warrior. So bring those back toes a bit more in. Ground down through the back heel and then lean into that forward fold. Drop the crown of your head down. Inhale here. Very nice. Exhale, hands down. Okay, we're gonna meet back on the inside of that right leg. So step that foot a bit more to the outside, and then I need you to push into your palms so that you can directly shift that right leg to the top. This time, keep that upper leg bended. Okay, now listen carefully. We're gonna come into a wild thing. So roll higher onto those toes down there. Take another inhale. And whenever you're ready, you can always stay here. Otherwise, of course, drop that right foot down. Circle that right arm and then lift it up into your back bend. Inhale to open up your chest. Beautiful. As you exhale, all the way down. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Very nice. Take another big inhale. Another exhale. Okay, one last round on the other side. Lift your left leg to the top, please. Now, knee goes towards the chest. Step that leg through lunge. Push into your right, lift your left arm to the top. Inhale, twisted lunge. And then exhale, circle it back up into high lunge. Find your way transitioning into warrior two. This time, directly shift it into reverse warrior. Inhale to open. And exhale to interlace your fingers. Okay, setting it up for humbled warrior. Step that back foot a bit more in. Bring the heel down. Ground down through the outer edge of your feet. Open up that chest. And then with the long spine, dive down into that forward fold. Inhale here. And exhale, hands go down. Right hand to the floor. And left hand on the inside of the left leg in front of you. Okay, just like a lizard pose. Push into your palms whenever you're ready. Lift your left leg to the top. Come even higher onto the lower balls of the foot down there. Open up that hip. Big inhale here. And now slowly and controlled find your way to the outside of your mat. Shift it up with the left arm. Lift your hips. Open up that heart space. Wild thing. Inhale here. And exhale. Find your way back into downward facing dog. Doesn't matter how it looks, okay? Yoga is not so much about the looks, but it should feel good. So I hope you feel a bit more open and loose in your neck. So shake it off one more time. And then I'm going to meet you down on our bellies. So lean towards your fingers. Last chaturanga down. Oh my God, I'm sweating so much. Let's place those hands underneath the forehead and chill for a moment, just to calm down the breath. Long, full, and steady breaths. Let the toes come together. Beautiful. And then lift your forehead up, gaze to the top, and bring your forearms in front of you, coming into a sphinx. And in this pose, I really want you to release your butt cheeks, your lower back, and just enjoy that opening of your chest, that space in between your collarbones. Maybe you can even lift the corners of your mouth. What a life. Take another big inhale to lift the crown of your head. And as you exhale, slowly drop your chin towards the chest. Release the muscles at the base of your neck. Beautiful. And then gaze to the front. Once again, tuck your back toes. We're going to come onto our knees. For melting heart, I need you to place the knees underneath the hips, okay? And then come onto your elbows to deepen that stretch. Placing the forehead down and dropping the chest closer towards the mat with every big breath you take. Now allow your belly to relax. Keep your jaw relaxed, your forehead relaxed. Just big, big breaths. Very nice. Whenever you're ready, slowly release your arms to the front, place those hands next to you, and roll yourself up into seated. Circle those shoulders up and down a couple of times. And of course, if you have some time left and you want to lay down, come into another twist, finish in your Shavasana, you're very welcome. I personally feel very energized after this practice, and I have a long day ahead, so I want to keep this energy as it is. So if you feel me with this, you can also end up here in a seated position, coming into a little meditation by the end of this practice. So whatever feels right for you. You may place your hands next to your body if you're in Shavasana. Otherwise, you can just drop your palms down onto your thighs. And just feeling the length of your spine, that wide, beautiful space around your heart. And wherever you are, tune into your physical body and just sense if there's any tension that you can feel right now. And if there is, then just guide your breath into that spot where you can feel that tension, that stress. Take another big inhale into that space, and as you exhale, consciously let go of it. You can repeat that a couple of times. Before you stay here a bit longer or end this practice today with me. Lifting the arms all the way up, big inhale. Exhale, hands in front of the chest, bowing down towards your heart. So much love to you wherever you are. Namaste. Thank you so much for your time and energy. I hope to meet you here on the mat very soon again. So please do not forget to subscribe this channel. Leave me a thumb up if you like this flow. And of course, drop me your comments. I'm always happy to read from you. See you soon.